Hello everybody, my name is Alexa Summers and this is my channel 9 Coins, where we learn to identify the coins, binary coins, that will help us type in the objective personality system.
Slowly kisses passing by the river.
Today I want to address the confusion when you learn OP after having first learned MBTI and other systems. And also, I want to share why I call my channel 9 Coins for the time being. Basically, what OP does is that it sees the parts, the code behind the type. So why I am at this point of my own journey learning more about the 9 coins is because that is the only way to really understand what the functions are doing, what the type is really about. So we could say, to put it very broadly, I know this is a little bit sloppy, but I will use this analogy anyway. So for instance, the MBTI will describe the dish. So this is soup, for example. So soup is ENFP. Let's say that each type is a dish, right? So in OP, you will not say the name of the dish, but you will say what parts are there. There are carrots, potatoes, onion, and what exact spices there are, and so forth. So you will see every separate part that in the end creates this type. And for example, if the ENFP would be soup as a dish, in OP there are 32 variations of ENFP. So there are 32 different soups. And we all know that even if soup is soup, there are very different flavors and tastes and whatever. I'm not sensory. You get the point. Okay. Someone may ask, well, aren't the parts the same in the ENFP of the MBTI and the ENFP of the OP? Well, you could say, in a way, yes, because the cognitive functions, the grand stack, is the same. So in the case of the ENFP, it's NE, FI, TE, SI, right? But in OP, even if we have the same stack, there are different orders. So you could be NE, FI, but you could also be NE, TE, which is a jumper. So those are using different saviors, two different saviors. The one is using FI and the other one is using TE. When you look at the MBTI, you can't tell. You can't tell, right? OP and MBTI kind of differ, I would say, the most, is that OP is talking about the 4 human needs and applying them to the letters, while MBTI is talking about just the letters or the functions, the cognitive functions. So they aren't addressing that special human need behind the function. They're just talking about the function itself. So that's a major difference. And also another thing that is very different is that OP is talking about the action that is created by 2 functions working together. And the animals is what I have talked about the least on this channel. And the reason is because it took me a while to grasp what they really mean and to see them in myself. So my first animal is Blast, and Blast is a combination of the human need of certainty, OI, and the human need of DE, connection. So those can be different letters, right? The certainty aspect can be NI or SI, and the connection can be TE or FE. So what I thought Blast was talking clearly, speaking clearly in a structured way. And in a sense, I guess I do that. However, since my Blast is a very soft, double feminine Blast consisting of intuition and feeling, the NF Blast, it's quite different from, for example, the double masculine ST Blast, sensory thinking Blast. So my Blast is kind of unclear and a bit wishy-washy. So it took me a while to see that animal in myself and that I was actually Blast first. As you probably have figured out by now, the reason why I call my channel 9 Coins for the moment is that I want to explore the parts, the different ingredients in the dishes, so to speak. And as you already know, based on earlier content on my channel, and probably you have been looking a little bit here and there if you're new to OP, you know that we have the letters and we have the human needs. And when you pair the letters and the human needs, you get the cognitive functions. And then we have the cognitive functions working together. So when two functions are paired, they create an action which is an animal. And I will talk more about the animals in a near future. Today, I was just briefly touching on my first animal, the blast animal. And the last part or ingredient in this type soup type dish is the modalities. So every function can be either feminine or masculine. So either movable or unmovable, you could say, more pushy. So that's about it. And in the beginning, I called this channel Reflective Personality. And that was more or less because I didn't know what to call it. And I guess because of my anti-sleep, I like to reflect upon things. One of the main missions I have in my personal life is to understand. Yeah, how boring is that? Well, it's actually kind of stimulating and fun when you piece things together. So, reflecting on the knowledge that I have collected so far and deep diving in it with this NITI sleep, anti-sleep, is kind of what I do. It's a savior, and I'll talk more about my sleep animal maybe in the next episode. Let's see.